Hi everybody, it's Lauren, and there's not much reason for this video other than to say I failed a readathon, which I honestly probably should have seen coming because I am the slowest reader on planet Earth. I was supposed to do the ReaD&Dathon, which lasted 2 weeks and ended on February 14th. I had to do a minimum of 3 books, and I read 1.5. So I'm doing a wrap up as promised. I think I promised a wrap up. I'm not totally sure about that. I know I promised reading vlogs. I'm sorry. As it turns out, I hate filming reading vlogs. I really tried to make them. I just don't like making them, so I guess that's not gonna happen. But like I said, this wrap up. Let's go. So the first book I had to read was Vengeful by V.E. Schwab, the sequel to Vicious. I did finish this one, and I'm going to be doing a full book review on this. As you can see, I have a ton of little note stickers and post-its all through it. It took a long time to read, well over a week. Suffice it to say, this book was kind of a letdown. Vicious was an incredible book. It had great characters, wonderful narrative, great story structure. In here, the writing is still beautiful, and it still has some really well-developed characters. It's the structure of the narrative and the story where it really failed. So for both books, Schwab had this multiple timelines, alternating points of view format going on, which worked really well for Vicious. It created suspense, it forwarded the story, it kept you engaged. It served it very well. Here, I think she used the format to kind of keep the books uniform, to really show that they're part of the same series. And I get that, but it didn't work here. I think the main reasons was because there were so many points of view and so many timelines to keep track of that instead of being elegant and suspenseful, it just made it complicated. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, and let's be honest, if she writes a 3rd book in this series, I'm still gonna read it. So the second book on my readathon agenda was Tropic of Serpents by Marie Brennan. This is another sequel. I don't read enough standalones. It's a problem. I am a little over halfway through it. If you've seen some of my older videos, you might know that I am nuts about the first book, A Natural History of Dragons. And so far, this one is living up to its predecessor. What I really love about these books so far is how unapologetically unique the protagonist is. Isabella is very adventurous, which she kind of has to be because professionally she follows around dragons and taking notes on their behavior and physiology and stuff, all while trying not to get eaten. But she's also very practical and still distinctly feminine, which I think is a quality that gets sacrificed in protagonists too often to make them, like, I don't know, revolutionary or relatable, because God knows women have not been wearing pants for decades by now. So she's a maverick, but in a way that really suits her pseudo-regency society. I think if you took Lizzie and Charlotte from Pride and Prejudice and kind of melded them into one person, you'd get someone a lot like Isabella. The other thing that I absolutely adore is the world building. It's intricate, it's so beautiful, and I just love exploring it. It does get confusing at times because of all of the unfamiliar words, but one, I think that is just a show of dedication to keeping your world unique as an author, and 2, kind of reminds me of Tolkien, so that can't be a bad thing. I can't speak that much to the story structure yet because I haven't finished it, but so far the stakes and the tension have been going up and up and up for the characters and the choices that they make, and that's just been so entertaining to read. It's so hard for me to get my homework done with this book lying around. So the last book on my readathon list was Alethea by Meghan Tennant. I can't really say much about it because I didn't start it because it was number 3 and I'm still halfway through Tropic of Serpents. And also the whole point of me choosing this book for this readathon was that what's inside it is a complete mystery to me. I don't know what the story is about. All I really do know is that it's the first in a series. Again, Apparently, I don't read any standalones. Sometimes I'll read a standalone and then the author comes out with a sequel. So even though I didn't get to it during the actual readathon, I still plan to read this soon. It might be next, it might not be, because I just got On the Come Up by Angie Thomas, and I think that one might take precedence. I haven't decided yet, but I'm definitely reading this soon. So there was an optional challenge for this Dungeons and Dragons themed readathon where you use the book titles to create a D&D character name, and I did promise I would do that one, even though I didn't finish it. So mine is Alethea the Vengeful Serpent. I didn't have a lot of options. 2 of these are one-word titles, but I still like it, so there we go. And this was basically my very short ReaD&Dathon wrap up. I'll be linking the announcement videos from the people who created the ReaD&Dathon, which was Kaylee at the Enchanted Library and Tara from the 3 Bookshelves. I'll be linking those announcement videos up here along with my original TBR. So I do plan to make a full book review for Vengeful, and because of that, I will be getting a little bit into Vicious as well. I've got all of these sticky notes, so you can't really see them, but I've got a lot of sticky notes in here and I need to use them. So I will write and film a full in-depth review for Vengeful as soon as I sort through all of these notes. So keep a lookout for that. And like I said, this video didn't have that much of a purpose, so here's where I'm ending it. But if for whatever weird reason you still liked this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more from my channel, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next time.